back to my channel. I'm doing things a little different today. I wanted to try to do it like this, right? Today is going to be a pick a pile. It's going to be what messages does your soulmate, twin flame, or person have for you? All right. I wanted to do it this way so that way maybe we can get a better view of which cards we want to pick. And I do have some nice things over the top of them to pick from. Of course, this is going to be super shaky because I'm holding my phone in my hand. If you're new here, welcome. My name is B. If you're accustomed to being here, welcome back, right? Of course, if you know and if you've been keeping up with me on other platforms, then you know we have this, and I'm doing this as well over on Twitter. And I am doing a same day message sale. Let me just use both hands, child. Um, but yeah, this is going to be a pick a pal on what messages does your person have for you? Okay. So for the first pal, we have the Thugging in Public pen to pick from, Versace shower gel, and saltwater taffies. I also want to go off of what the words of the cards say on them. Sorry, y'all see this moving. I'm sorry, I only got two hands, child. Okay, I can only do so much. Okay, so for pile one, okay, you have the Thugging in Public pen, okay, and your card says you might not know now, but you will. All right. So make sure you pick the pile that you are drawn to. You might not know now, but you will. And that is for the Thugging in Public pin. Okay. Pile two, for what your person, soulmate, or twin flame has to tell you, is going to be the Versace body shower gel, bright crystal. That is my personal favorite scent. It is my everyday scent. Okay. Your card says it's not only about being right. Okay, so maybe that resonates with your moment. Maybe these quotes resonate with where you are in your romantic life right now. So pile two, this would be your pick a pile thing. And I love doing pick a piles like these because I get to get super creative and pick whatever around my room that I can pick. So I like making these interesting. All right. So that is pile two. Pile three, yours are strawberry and blue raspberry taffy candies. Raspberry and strawberry taffy candies. Your card says you'll find what you seek. Okay. You'll find what you seek. All right. So just to go over them again, pile one, your card is you might not know now, but you will. Okay. With the Thugging in Public pen. Whoop. These pens can be bought on the Thugging in Public website. Again, we are in partnership. Pal 2 is it's not only about being right. Okay, pick which card you're drawn to, pick which item you're drawn to. This is with the Versace Bright Crystal Shower Gel. And pile 3 says you'll find what you seek. You'll find what you seek. You can pick more than one pile, all right? And that would be the strawberry and raspberry taffy candies, all right? Take a moment to pause to really meditate on which pile calls to you the most. You can pick the item on top of the pile, or you can pick the actual cards themselves. And we're going to go ahead and get started. See you over on your pile. All right, pile one. So thank you for tuning in. Again, if you picked pile one, that means you chose the thugging in public pin, and your cover card was "You might not know now, but you will." All right. So let's go ahead and jump into what your person, your soulmate, your twin has to say to you. You don't have to have met this person. This could be someone that you haven't met yet, right? Or you can maybe have met this person and they just haven't exactly said these things to you. Maybe they are a little nervous to say these things to you. Maybe they think about saying these things, but haven't exactly told you, right, what exactly they had to say to you, right? So we're going to start with the oracle card, and this isn't going to be super long. I'm going to try to make this, bada bing, bada boom, so we can go ahead and get up out of here. Nothing Can Come Between Us by Sade is currently the song that's playing. Let me grab my glasses. So the card that you have from your person is Rigid, right? So starting off, to kick off things, I feel like what your person isn't telling you, pile one, is that they have a guard up with you right now, right? They're deliberately putting up a guard with you. This could be their way to cope. This could be because they just kind of feel like they have to protect themselves from you. Figure out where you go. Okay, the Rigid card is a card to say that, again, things are not always super smooth sailing, right? Sometimes before you can get to the smooth part of it, you have to get through the rigid parts, right? You see how this seems a lot more smoother than this part, right? But you have to go through this part in order to get here to this part, right? So another thing that your person could maybe not be telling you, pile one, is that, they understand that things are a little complicated and complex right now. They understand that shit isn't smooth sailing with you guys, right? But they are definitely willing and ready to get to that other side with you, right? To really give it some time to smooth things over, right? Maybe you and your person are going through a separation moment, and what they aren't telling you, what they want to tell you right now, is that they want to smooth things over with you, right? Even though things have been rocky and kind of turbulent in the past with you guys, all right? Again, but another piece that I am picking up here is that, what your person could not be saying to you right now is that they have a guard up with you, and they have a guard up with you, but it isn't personal, right? That's another thing that the Rigid card is to say. Sometimes people put these walls up because that's how they cope. Sometimes people put these walls up because that's just easier for them. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people put walls up and guards up for themselves as they go through things, right? But it's not because of you. It's not to be taken personal, right? So person watching, you could maybe be taking things personally because, oh wow, this person has a guard up with me. They kind of have a wall up with me. I don't get it. It could definitely be something that they're going through on their own. All right. Think about it. Is the next card here. Embarrassment and guilt. Shoot the club up. Separation and breakup energy. Bobby issues. Lack of attention. So I do feel like someone is definitely thinking about it right now. They're thinking about you very heavily, pile one. I do feel like another thing that they aren't telling you is that there's a lot of embarrassment or a lot of guilt with them pertaining to how they've handled this connection with you, how they've handled themselves, how they've handled you in proximity to this connection, right? For some of you, I am seeing what your person hasn't told you or isn't telling you is that they possibly have gotten someone pregnant, all right? During your separation with them, all right? Another thing that I'm also seeing is if you already know that they've got somebody pregnant with the shoot the club up card, right? They feel very guilty about it. You know, they feel very guilty about it. They feel very guilty about the fact that they did this, about the fact that you guys were in separation, right? That didn't mean that you guys were done or over, but maybe you guys just took a little space from each other, right? And now this person has ended up boring a family, or getting someone pregnant, knocking someone up, and they think about that a lot, and that could be something that they haven't told you, right? Again, if you know about this child, you might already know, but again, what they don't tell you that they think about a lot is how guilty they are, right? That they did this, how guilty they feel, for how you feel for allowing these things, right? Especially if someone has a guard up with you. I'm definitely picking up a heavy energy of they're thinking about how to tell you. Okay, so for some of you, this could be new news, right? Again, take this for what it resonates. There are 400 and something subscribers, 300 and something subscribers here. You know, this message could reach anybody. If you want to book a personal in-depth reading, I am a full-time reader. I do have spaces open for readings going out this week if you want to see if this fits your personal situation. But again, please take only what resonates. All right, this is not going to fit for every single person who picked pile one. But what I am seeing is if your person has a guard up with you, it could be that during separation, or if you guys are still in separation and they have this guard up, it could be that they've gotten someone else pregnant. They feel super guilty, and that's what's prolonging this separation, because now they have a secret to come and tell you. Okay. What I'm also seeing here as well for some of you, that this guard is definitely attributed to the lack of attention they gave you and how guilty they feel. Okay. Mommy issues is here, and lack of attention. So for someone, you or your person, right, could have maybe struggled a lot with how to really give attention to that emotional side. Especially, I'm picking up a lot of feminine energy for masculines, right? Maybe your masculine never knew how to really give the attention to your emotional side the way that you need it as a feminine, right? Because they never had their mother in their life to really teach them, mold them, and show them, hey, this is how you treat a woman. This is how you take care of her emotions. This is how you honor a woman. You know, you listen to her, you nurture her, you know, you allow her that energy and that space to be soft, right? A lot of them was never taught that, right? And they think about that a lot, and I feel like that adds to the embarrassment energy, right? Because this is someone, this would be a masculine energy who, like, the way they show you and honor your feminine is by thinking about children, right? Wanting to get you pregnant, or just being sexual, right? But not really knowing how to take care of that feminine energy, knowing how to really allow that nurture to flourish, right? Because they keep a guard up, right? There's that guard, because it's like I always guard my emotions. I always grew up around women, right, who never showed me emotion. I grew up, my mother never cried, right? My mother never was soft or nurturing, right? Because my mom had to be such a tough parent all the time, right? Because my mother never gave me that attention. So I don't know how to give you as a woman that attention, because my mother never gave it to me, you know? Where that applies, I do feel like this could have been someone you broke up and separated with, and they just feel super guilty about that, super guilty about keeping their guard up. They feel guilty about not knowing how to love you. They feel embarrassed almost because they don't know how to really give the proper attention to your feminine energy the way that you really need it, the way that you really beg them and ask them for, right? Lack of attention. So this is someone who was always distracted by other things. You see how they're hugging, right? But she's in her phone. You know what I mean? So this is someone who, again, was probably there with you in a physical sense, but they still was like lacking something. They didn't really nurture your emotion. They didn't nurture you during pregnancy, right? Some of you could maybe have even been pregnant, right? Shoot the club up, mommy issues. So maybe you were pregnant and was actually literally carrying this person's baby, and they still didn't give you that attention. They still didn't give you that love, that energy that was needed, right? They were guarded with you. They were rigid with you. You know what I'm saying? They were rough around the edges with you instead of soft and delicate and calm and patient with you, right? And they feel guilty about that, and they are embarrassed about it. Okay, so definitely very much that. Even in your card here, right, it says you might not know now, but you will. So this is even giving me the energy of, again, some of you who specifically picked this pile, right, some of you don't even know that this person feels like this, right? You don't even know that this person feels guilty. You don't even know that this person is beating themselves up. This is a card of shame as well. Look at how they're like cowardly, like, just kind of crawled in fetal position, kind of just buried into their own selves. So this is someone who feels a shame and feels guilt and embarrassment for how they behaved, right? Someone who's really thinking about it, really assessing, during this separation on how they treated you, how they could have did better, how they should have done better, right? And again, you might not know that, but you will know it eventually. They will come forward to express to you that they have been thinking about it, that they do even maybe even apologize, right? The back of the card says, think of someone very, very special to you. Now feel yourself bursting with love for them. Now mentally shower, drench, and soak them in that love. Now mentally shower, drench, and soak yourself in my love. Now feel it always. You might not know now, but you will. Right? So again, this is someone who understands that they didn't shower you with love the way that they should have. Right? They understand what they aren't telling you, what your person isn't telling you, is that they didn't shower you with love the way that they should have. If this is someone you haven't met yet, and you haven't met your person, your soulmate, your twin, right? This could be someone who, again, you might not know who they are now, but you will very soon. And even in your person, right? If you haven't met them yet, then this is someone who is realizing before they come into fruition with you that, hey, I gotta put my guard down. How am I gonna be able to really get that love that I want, that I cherish, right? To really have that family if I don't let my guard down, right? Really understanding that, hey, I know I want to meet my person, as much as we try to manifest our person, right? This is someone who's realizing that right now, before me and my person can come together, before this separation between me and my twin, and I finally meet my soulmate, my twin, my person, right? Before we can really come together, I need to be learning how I can let my guard down. I need to be learning how to be more emotionally available, right? How can I really treat a woman given that my mother wasn't around before I can meet the woman of my dreams, right? How can I be more of a motherly energy, more of a feminine energy for myself before I meet the man of my dreams because my mother wasn't around? How can I be a mother? How can I best, mold myself into being a mom before I become a mom? Even if you know your person, right? Maybe you and your person and you want to be pregnant by them, right? Maybe you're watching this as a masculine and your feminine wants kids with you, right? But she's embarrassed on how she acts already as a woman, right? Before even considering having kids, right? Can I really give my children the attention as a mom that they need because my mother as a feminine never gave me the attention that I needed, right? Before I get pregnant, feeling guilty and embarrassed about the past, thinking about past relationships, right? Realizing that, what, this past relationship didn't work out because I was always so guarded. And I know I want to meet the person of my dreams. I want to meet my soulmate. I want to meet my twin, right? Sextile with opportunity here down at the bottom of the deck. I want the opportunity to finally meet them. I want the opportunity to finally collaborate or come together or to really develop and welcome this relationship. But in order to do that, I understand I have to let my guard down. I have to learn how to be more emotionally available, emotionally ready, more nurturing to my partner, right? So I won't have to be back in a situation where I feel guilty and I'm embarrassed for how I've acted. I feel guilty about how I've acted. I feel ashamed, right? Would You Mind by Janet Jackson is playing. Again, we do have the sextile card here. We have the Venus card here, which is about love. We have fourth house, which is a card of home. We have semi-sextile, which is a card of allowing and growth. And we have the Q word that I can never fucking know how to pronounce, but it's basically a card of complexibility. So again, your person is realizing that, you know, they want the opportunity to really fix things. You know, they understand, especially if you've already met this person, right? So shoot the club up, mommy issues is here with the roots card. So even that is giving me, you know, your person is realizing, especially if you've met them and you've encountered them, your person is realizing that they want a family with you, that they want children with you, right? That they want you to be the mother of their children, the father of their children, right? But they also understand that that takes growth, right? Semi-sextile, this is about growth. This is about allowing. You know, you see the plant card here. You know, this is about watering the plants and allowing things to really grow. You know, realizing that there's a lot of potential here. You know what I mean? Your person realizes that there's so much potential, and that, you know, that this can really grow. Realizing the cycles that kept them back, right? And that's adding to that guilt, that embarrassment, because they realize that, you know what, this is a cycle that I've keep adding to, right? I want a family, I want love, I want children, right? But this cycle of keeping my guard up, this cycle of keeping my heart locked away, this cycle of not really being emotionally there, emotionally nurturing, caring to whoever I am with, even to myself, right? It has to stop. It has to stop. It only adds complexibilities. It only adds issues. It only adds more problems to what it is that we're trying to do. It complicates things, right? This requires an adjustment, right? It makes things confusing, right? To be in this space and to want a family, but to still have my guard up, right? This person loves you, especially if you know them, right? If you know them and you have dealings with this person, this is also someone who definitely loves you, right? They want romance, they want to receive, they want to have a home life with you, they want to build something comfortable, right? They want that opportunity, they welcome it. You know what I mean? They welcome it, they want it. You know, they want you guys to work together as a family, as a team, right? To really build this. Yeah, provides opportunity, explains, brings insight to, communication, develops, right? So they know that eventually to have that, they have to grow up, you know, and they are some of them are even encouraged to grow up, right? Some of them got this encouragement because you had to leave, if you had to be the one to leave, right? Because of the lack of attention. If you were the one who had to put your guard back up, right? They didn't know it at that time, but they know it now. They didn't realize at that time that, hey, in order to get this family, you know what I'm saying, you got to work through this. In order to have these children, you got to work through this. You have to work through those mommy issues. You can't keep giving a lack of attention to the person you love and their emotions. You can't keep giving a lack of attention to your own emotions before you can even give someone else that emotion to give it to somebody else. You got to work on it for you. You have to work on it about you. You have to be about you, right? And this is what they're not telling you. And again, if this is someone new and you haven't met them, they're realizing this. They're realizing, hey, before I meet the woman of my dreams, before I meet the man of my dreams, before I run off and get married, before I get this love and achieve this love and come in contact with this love that I know is going to fulfill me, that I know is going to be everything that I've asked for, needed, and more, before I can get that, before I can achieve it, I have some work to do. I have some work to do. I have some work to do. How am I going to meet my dream woman if I'm still adding all of these irritations and complications and you know what I'm saying? If I got all of this shit and baggage with me, I need to transform this before this comes in, so that way it can really, I can, you know, really have that opportunity, you know, provides opportunity. Yeah. If this is like, if your twin flame came and knocked on your door tomorrow, you wouldn't be ready. And somebody knows that. So even if you haven't met your person, your twin, your soulmate yet, y'all are still in separation. Y'all will be meeting very soon. Okay, you and your person will be meeting very soon. Yeah, let's get married by Party Next Door just came on. So yeah, but they want a commitment, they want to get married, but they also are realizing before they meet you, before you guys can come into together in the 3D life, in the worldly plane, that they still have a lot of growth to do. They have to heal their relationship with their own mommy, right? Before trying to find a woman to play mommy to their own children. But there is a lot of love. Your person will definitely love you. They will be very charming if you haven't met them. They're going to have great fucking style and great taste, great flavor, and just food and music and, shows and just aesthetic. But they also are very irritated with the bullshit that they've been through if you haven't met them yet. They're very irritated with the past. They're really thinking about it. They're guilty about the fuck ups in the past. And they're realizing before I can meet the person of my dreams, my soulmate, my twin, my woman, my man, my partner, whatever, I need to get my shit together. And that's what they're doing. So that is what they have not told you yet. Okay? They're working on it. Especially if you already know this person and y'all already have dealings, they're working on it. They understand that they can't keep this guard up anymore with you. They understand that they have to do away with the guard, that they have to actually heal their connection with their mother, heal that they are worthy of being cared for, loved, and nurtured by a real energy, by a real feminine. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to go anywhere. But they realize they have to do that growth work, or else whatever you guys have will never be anything. All right. Thank you again so much, Pile One, for tuning in. Much appreciated. I will see you guys over on the next video if you picked another pile. If you didn't pick another pile, then thanks for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you check below in the description box. And I will see you next time. Alrighty. So, pile 2. Um, if you picked pile 2, you picked the Versace bottle of shower gel, the bright crystal, if y'all could see it without the glare. Okay. And the card that you picked was, it's not only about being right. All right. So let's go ahead and see. Pile 1 had some pretty interesting things. We're going to start off with an oracle card, of course. But let me set these cards out. We do have background music playing, of course, as we usually do, from the love playlist. The love playlist link will be below if you ever want to check it out. It is on Apple Music. So just in case if you ever want to check out what's going on, some tunes and some vibes. All right. So the oracle card that you guys have says High Priestess of Water. Meet Me Halfway by Black Eyed Peas is the song that is kicking off you guys' pile. Okay, so Meet Me Halfway by the Black Eyed Peas. Can you meet me halfway? Right on the borderline. I swear I'm gonna wait for you. I'll be looking out. Night and day. I used to really like this song. High Priestess of Water. Okay, there's a 4 at the top. High Priestess of Water. With this oracle card, I feel like what your person, soulmate's twin, is trying to tell you, what message they have for you, regardless of if you've met them or not, okay, is that they're trying to learn to adapt. Okay, the High Priestess of Water is an oracle card that asks you to adapt to what's going on around you right now. Water takes on so many different shapes, sizes, right? Water can be water, it can boil, it can chill, it can become ice, it can be sleet, snow, fog, evaporation, hail. You know what I mean? Water takes on so many different forms. I feel like one thing your person is trying to channel to you, for some of you, is that they want to let you know that they kind of take on a lot of different forms. So they could have a lot of different obligations, a lot of different shape. Yeah, I heard shape shifter. So they probably could have to take on a lot of forms, or a lot of shifts, right? Just in their everyday life, between family, dealing with family, different obligations, work obligations. They probably have to adapt a lot to what's going on. They could maybe even be a mutable sign: Sagittarius, Virgo, Gemini, Pisces, or maybe you could be. Yeah, because we have Virgo and Gemini here down at the bottom. So definitely heavy emphasis on Virgo and Gemini. Okay, they could have to take on a lot of different forms, or they take on a lot of different forms. Okay, um, they have a lot of different sides to them as well, is what I'm intuitively picking up. But regardless, a big thing for them that they're learning right now is to learn how to still stay true to themselves. Okay, if that makes sense. Water can become ice, snow, hail, fog, evaporation, rain. But at the end of the day, it's all going to come back to what? Water. Regardless of what form, what shape it takes on, right? Throughout the day, it's always going to come back to water. Sorry. um, So what I am kind of picking up here is that they're learning how to, even though in the face of everyday life, they have to take on these different adaptations and these different personas, and they have to shift to different environments. They're learning how to come back to who they are at heart, right? They're learning to come back to who they really are. They're learning how to transform and to not lose, thank you, Spirit, not lose a sense of self. I think through all of these adaptations, your person has a tendency to lose a sense of self. Okay. And again, a good example of that is, like, when you're at work, you have to be the leader, right? When you're with your family, you're soft and you're soft spoken and you're this type of person. When you're with your friends, you're a whole another type of person, right? Having these different adaptations to the average person can cause you to lose a huge sense of, like, wait, I've been ice all day, but I forgot I'm water at the end of the day. I had to be ice because I had to be, right? I'm still water. I can go back to water, right? This is someone who adapts to ice, and then it's like they stay ice and they forget that, like, it's time to switch back into water. You forgot that you're more than just ice. You know what I mean? So I feel like right now, for your person, pal, too, what they want you to know is trust that they aren't steering too far from who they really are. And even if this is a separation, or maybe you guys are just kind of going through things, maybe this is something they just simply haven't told you that you guys have talked about. Maybe you've told them, like, hey, sometimes I feel like you forget who the fuck you are. You know? Sometimes you forget that, like, you're my husband, you're my child's father, you're my person. You kind of treat me like I'm not your person again. It's like remember that. Don't forget that. They want you to trust, to know that they aren't shifting too far from who they really are at heart. Regardless of what it might look like, who they might have to adapt into because of the environment, that at the end of the day, they are still true to who they are at heart. Okay. So in Love by Jill Scott and Anthony Hamilton is on. The cards that you also have here is Karma, or Karmic. There is Someone Else. Drowning in Emotions. Emotional Immaturity. And Power Couple. So what I'm really picking up here from this is what your person is okay, for a big part of you, right, for a huge heap of you, for pile 2, that picked this pile, I feel like the person that you're dealing with right now, and again, this is not for everyone, take what resonates, right? But for, I am picking up for more than some of you. Your person feels like a part of their karma for whatever that you guys have been going through emotionally within the connection. A part of their karma is that you're going to find someone else, right? Your person might be spiritual. They might have a little bit of a spiritual element to them or whatever. Um, if not exactly spiritual, then I do feel like they at least believe in the law of karma. What I'm picking up is someone was definitely emotionally immature, right? Drowning in emotions but trying to act like they aren't, right? I feel like that definitely ties into the high priestess of water, right? Adapting and taking on many forms. So this gives me the energy of someone who had all of this emotion for you but kept trying to adapt to something else or chose to shift into something else because of their environment, right? Maybe they grew up in an environment that really did lack emotion, right? Maybe the environment was their friends or their family, right? But this is someone who I feel like intuitively had so much emotion. Um, fuck. Someone who had so much emotion, but literally never showed it, or either showed it in a very immature way, right? This is again giving me someone who is going off of the environment. Case in point, example, right? Just like children, drowning in emotion and then emotional immaturity. You see the little boy on the card, right? Now, some children, most children, when you meet them, when they have a lot of emotion, children really act off of what's going on in the environment. So if you have a child who's about 4 or 5 probably, and they throw tantrums, it's safe to say that they kind of got that from someone in their environment or something that they've adapted from, right? Either someone they watch on TV, YouTube, YouTube kids, or maybe a parent. You know what I'm saying? If children usually act out and don't know how to properly articulate what's wrong, it's more than likely because there is also a parent that they've learned who doesn't know how to articulate what's wrong, right? So this gives me that. Maybe someone, your person definitely could have grew up in an environment as a child where, you know, they were taught that they didn't have an emotion, or just grew up in an environment where people never properly articulated what was going on with them, what they felt, right? This is someone who probably even tried to act like they don't have emotion, right? Consider it like water and ice. You know, water can be cold and so, easily removable sometimes. Ice can easily be scooped up and tossed out, right? It's easily detachable almost, right? That water, you can't just really scoop it up. I mean, you can, but like, you know what I'm saying? Not with your hands. Ice, you could just scoop that motherfucker up with your hands, right? Water, best of luck to you. Unless you got a cup or a bowl or some shit like that, right? So this is someone I feel like, again, who was water, right? But then adapted to ice with you on some very emotional, childish, emotional immaturity type shit. Feeling so much for you, feeling like you're a power couple. You have drowning in emotion and power couple here. So not only did they have all of this emotion for you, but they really felt like genuinely that you and this person, or they felt like genuinely you and them could really go far. You guys could really, you know, take over the world if you really wanted to. you know, I feel like they still feel like, which is something they aren't telling you, right? They still see you as a power couple. They still want to be there with you. They still have so much emotion for you. But not only were they water trying to act like ice, right? But now they have to adapt to the environment because they also feel like a part of their karma for what they did for being emotionally immature is that you're going to move on to someone else and leave them in the dust. Look, you know? So this is someone who feels like that's their karma. Because instead of being water and showing water, right? Showing that I was drowning in emotion, showing that I loved you so much, right? I decided to do the opposite. Even the song now, you know what I'm saying? The song playing right now is When You're Mad by Neo, right? And I feel like this is a perfect indication of that. You know what I'm saying? This song is about, when you're mad, I just want to hug you, and when you make your angry face, I just want to eat you up. I just want to kiss you all over. When you're mad at me and you yell, and when even when you put your hands on me, I just want to give you so much love, right? Even when you don't necessarily want to love on me right now. You know what I mean? Even when you're not exactly happy with me, even when you're not exactly pleased with me, I still want to love on you. I still want to kiss you. I still want to be with you because I have so much emotion for you, right? This is somebody who, when you got mad at them, they just let you stay mad. You know what I'm saying? You get mad at them, it's just like, oh, you okay? Are you done? Call me when you're done. You know what I'm saying? But they regret it. They feel like a part of their karma is that now someone is going to get you who's going to do all of those things that they should have did. And I don't even agree with Neo. You know what I'm saying? Oh, because when you put your hands on me, I just want to sex you up. I don't agree. You put your hands on me, you got to go. I don't give a fuck, man, woman, whatever. You put your hands on me, you're gonna have to get the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? But the energy behind that is, even when I don't deserve it, even when, you don't deserve my love, I still want to love on you. Even when you don't deserve me sexing on you and kissing you all in your mouth because you just put your motherfucking hands on me, right? Because you don't deserve it, but I still have so much emotion for you, right? I still have so much water for you, right? So much emotion for you, right? To where I just still want to give it to you. I'm going to just give it to you anyway because I love you so much, right? This is someone, again, who was emotionally immature. They had all this emotion, but wanted to be emotionally immature about it. They wanted to act like they didn't have emotion. They wanted to act like they didn't, care about none of this shit that you had going on, right? So what they're definitely feeling right now and worrying about right now is, as they clear out their own karmic behaviors and as they clear out their own emotional immaturity, they feel like a big part of what they're feeling is that a part of their karma for how they acted is that you're going to move on, that you'll be granted and rewarded and blessed with somebody who is going to do all of those things that they should have did but didn't do to you. That's why I said either this person is spiritual, or if not exactly spiritual, they at least believe in the law of karma. They believe in doing good and receiving good, and doing bad and receiving bad. That's for sure. And they know that they haven't been doing the best by you. They haven't acted the best by you. And this is someone who feels like, again, I'm going to get that back. You know what I'm saying? She's going to fall in love with someone else. He is going to fall in love with someone else. And I'm just going to be stuck by myself because I wanted to be emotionally immature. Okay? So let's read into the back of this card before we move on into the rest. It says, it's not only about being right. In all tests of character, when two viewpoints are pinned against each other, in the final analysis, the thing that will strike you the most is not who was right or wrong, not who was weak or strong, wise or foolish, but who went the greater length in considering the other person's perspective. I like that. Let's read that again. In all tests of character, when two viewpoints are pinned against each other, the final analysis in the final analysis, the thing that will strike you the most is not who was right or wrong, not who was weak or strong, wise or foolish, but who went to the greater length in considering the other person's perspective. And I feel like that's exactly where they are now. That also could be a part of the karma that they're also learning to grow up from, right? Because like I said, a piece of them for a good piece of you, your person is worried about, they understand that they have to do their own work, but they also feel like a part of their karma, right, for being wrong is that you're going to move on to someone else. But a part of their emotional maturity, again, is not so much about who was right and wrong, who made the best choice or wrong choice. This is about who, again, has tried to put themselves in the other person's shoes. right? And that could also be something that a few of your people are learning. Now, I still feel like a big chunk of these people for you guys, pal, too, that you watching for, inquiring about, this is someone who feels like that's karma, right? They still kind of hold on to that. A few of you are definitely dealing with men who, or women, right, who are growing up from that and are realizing that, you know what, it's not even so much, right, karma, going back to that, right, going back to that, because that's the thing about karma as well. It's not even so much about I did wrong, so now wrong is going to come to me. That's, it's not as simple as that. It's not as simple as I took this I stole this from the store, right? Or that I accidentally took it because I thought I put it back on the shelf and I didn't, right? It's not about that, but it's about how well can you put it in perspective, right? Oh my, I got all the way home, I forgot to put this back on the shelf, right? But what perspective do you have? Is this on some, well, oh well, fuck it, cause I ain't gonna get caught, oh well, na 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 boo boo, I'm not gonna get caught because I came home, right? Because that is what would get karma. That is what would get karma. But if you can say, damn, I accidentally took this home, God, I feel so bad, uh I'm gonna try to see if I can run it back to the corner store, or I'm gonna try to take it back tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? That is the perspective to where you aren't wronged, right? It's not about who was right or wrong, or making the right or wrong decision. What was a smart decision and a foolish decision? Which one is makes me stronger, right? And which one makes me weaker? But it's about which one of you or both of you really tried to put this in perspective, right? And that's the way that your person needs to be thinking about it. I feel like they soon will be thinking about it like that. It really just depends. It really just depends. That's why I usually put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Because, what? I'm so confused. I don't even, whatever. Um, anyway, yeah. So, that is definitely what they're going through. The last couple of cards that you have down here for pile 2 is Pluto, Virgo, Neptune, Gemini, first house. So there is definitely some transformations happening with your person. They do want to let you know that. Again, if you haven't met this person right now, and this is like I haven't met my twin flame. Again, they're learning how to just adapt what's going with they're learning how to adapt with what's going on. Okay. Um, your person, if you haven't met this person, this is someone who is currently wrapped up in a situation that they have to get out of. All right, so you haven't met this person yet, and you haven't met this person yet because there is someone else in your person's left life currently. But this person is going to be the person who teaches them emotional maturity before they come to you. Okay, so, and that's another thing too, that's that trust I picked up energy. So when that way, when you meet your person, right, in this lifetime, you won't have to worry about if they take on too many sides, right? And it's like, well, damn, you're one person with these people, you another person over here, you another person over here, you another person over here. Are you really who you say you are? Because every moment you're a different motherfucker, right? You're this person today and you're this person tomorrow. You're water today and you're ice tomorrow. You're ice tomorrow and you're evaporation smoke Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you really who you say you are? But yes, you can trust that, right? They're currently going through this karmic lesson before meeting you so they can get out of that. So that way you guys can really come together to be a power couple. Where that applies, I feel like you might be the one thinking that you're right. Because it's like, oh, well, you're not really who you say you are. Because today you tell me that you're a carpenter, and then tomorrow you're a model, and then the day after that I'ma see you on top of the Empire State Building beating your chest like King Kong. I don't know who you are. You're too many different people. But you have to trust that, again, even though they have many sides to them and many personas to them, at the end of the day, it's still water. I don't care how many shape shift and shit you see them do. They still water at the end of the day. They're still going to be there for you at the end of the day. You have to trust that. So there is some transformations going, right? This is the death and rebirth moment, right? For a lot of people, a renewal type of energy, right? To really kind of re-get that back within them. This Virgo is here, which is the worker. So I do feel like this is very much healthy insight. This is someone who is willing to do the work. This is someone who is actually doing the inner work on themselves. All right, very much similar to the hermit kind of energy. If you know tarot, then you know. So again, this is someone who is kind of seeking that alone time to really go within, to really get that enlightenment, to really check themselves and to sit with themselves. Yeah, subtle, pure, critical, aligned, yeah, insightful, yeah. So this is someone who's making sure and checking themselves and doing the work within to make sure that they really are aligned with what it is that they need to be doing. Okay, Neptune is here, so they are doing the subconscious inner work. That's the emotional immaturity, that's the drowning in emotion, that's that subconscious worry. You know what I'm saying? Neptune is also a card of spirituality as well, the veil, magic, you know. So I do feel like they're even doing the inner work on that, on their own magic, to say, you know, some of them, again, like I said, are into spirituality and stuff. So they believe in their own magic. They know that they have their own inner magic, their own inner gifts, right? So this is someone who's even doing the inner work to transform that, to say, you know what, no, I'm not gonna get karma for this, right? That's why I said some of y'all, your person is also realizing that too. It's not about being right or wrong. Even though I have a worry that, you know, this is my karma, right? Because I made the wrong decision, made the wrong choice. It's not so much about making the wrong choice. It's about learning, it's about growing, it's about releasing these karmic patterns, karmic behaviors that no longer align with who I am in order to really get to where I'm trying to go. All of this is subconscious, and this is a transformation that I need to have to really work on myself, to cleanse myself, to renew myself, and to make sure that I get my own personal power back so we can move forward. Because it's not just about being right. It's not all about that I was right or wrong. I didn't make the wrong choice for, you know, deciding to be ice when I needed to be water. But see, I grew up in an environment, right, that taught me that I needed to be ice all the time, that I couldn't be water, right? And I'm finally doing the inner work on that. I do feel like someone might even be working on communication right now. They might even be trying to work on communication right now. They're extremely street smart, but they're trying to spend time to put these things in perspective, right? To learn how to communicate. Virgo and Gemini are both ruled by Mercury. So even with that, I do feel like there's a lot of thinking going on with your person. There's a lot of thought process. There's a lot of analyzing, over analyzing, going within, really looking within at themselves. And I do feel like you might even be getting some communication. You know, first house is here, which is about self, you know, that self image, putting yourself out there. So I do feel like, you know, someone's really doing the growth work. Pile two, what your person isn't telling you, what your twin soulmate isn't telling you, is that they're really doing the work to be able to really put themselves out there. And I feel like it's going to start with being able to communicate and put those emotions out there, right? This is someone who, again, was emotionally immature. They felt like they didn't have to put their emotions out there, that they didn't have to start with their emotional self. Hi, I'm water, right? This is someone who wanted to come in and say, hi, I'm ice, right? Not knowing, not realizing that actually I've been water all this time. And when I need to be ice, I can adapt back to ice if I have to. But for right now, all this water I'm feeling, I'm water. To introduce myself as water. So that way, this won't have to happen. And then I'll really be drowning in emotion, right? Because somebody really going to be drowning in emotion in a minute. Somebody really going to be drowning in emotion in a minute. Baby. I always be having alarms set. I always forget that I have alarms set. But yeah, awakening, self-awareness. So yeah, what your person is also wanting to let you know right now, Pile 2, is that they're doing the thought process and the analyzations and the mental groundwork through the subconscious in order to do this self-awareness. you know, to become more self-aware and say, you know what, I'm not going to get karma if I put this in the right perspective and if I rectify this. I'm not going to get karma because I wasn't, you know, being emotionally immature on purpose. I wasn't being emotionally spiteful on purpose. This is something that was in my environment. And it takes me not only being self-aware, but doing the inner work, checking myself, right, in order to really make the transformation that's needed. And right now, that's where they are. Again, if you haven't met this person, that's where they are right now. So that way, when they meet you, they can already be able to come to you and say, hey, I'm water. Right? So they won't have to act like they have their emotions locked up and closed up from you. You know, but then not only that, um, if you haven't met them yet, you might be the one where it's like, are you sure? You feel me? Because see, you take on a lot of different, you know, you adapt to a lot that's going on around you. But yes, you have to be the one to trust and believe that your person is who they say they are. They've done the groundwork. They are currently doing the groundwork right now with whoever they're dealing with right now. So that way, when y'all two come in fruition and y'all meet each other, you won't have to deal with none of this. I'm so confused. Anyway, um, so I put my phone on that server for the position of that. So thank you again, though. Anyway, for checking out my channel. That has been your pile. Um, so that has been what your person definitely wanted to tell you. Okay, be patient with them because they're currently doing the groundwork. But I feel like a huge fear for your person is the worry of that their karma is going to be partly because, you know, they didn't do right, you know, they made the wrong choice or whatever. But thank you again so much. If this definitely resonated for you, don't hesitate to like, share, and subscribe. If you know you want to book a full out reading, you can. I am open the rest of the week. I'm closed on Saturdays and Sundays. Turnaround times for reading is 24 to 72 hours. So if something here maybe possibly sort of kind of fitted to your situation, don't hesitate to book a reading so we can really see. But please only take what resonates. Okay, if that shoe don't fucking fit, please don't wear it. Okay, you don't want corns. All right, thank you again so much, pal one, and I will see you over on the next video. Okay, pal three, so let's go ahead with some things. You guys picked the saltwater candies, saltwater taffies. I really enjoy these. These are so good. The blue raspberry and the strawberry. That was at Fresh Market and just so happened to find them. They were like $5.99 for a pound. So I'm a child. Obviously, I had to buy it. So not only did you pick the strawberry and blue raspberry taffy candies, but your card that you picked also says you'll find what you seek. Okay, so let's see what you guys have. I'm going to start with your oracle card, and then we'll go into everything else. The other piles have been pretty interesting so far. Okay, set these out. At Your Best by Isley Brothers is currently playing right now. Strength card is here. Okay, so I do feel like what your person wants to tell you, pal 3, is that they're trying to be strong. Okay, they're currently probably in a phase of really trying to pull it together and piece it together for their own self. They could be going through a lot. They could be looking for some sort of fulfillment or abundance of some sorts right now. And it's really kind of taking a lot out of them. Okay, so they're trying to stay grounded, trying to really stay strong, and trying to really attain some wisdom. Okay, there's an owl here in the strength card in this big ass oak tree, which always gives me you know, grounding in wisdom. Owls are also about, you know, closing out cycles. I remember about a year and a half ago, I saw an owl face to face for the first time. Scared the living shit out of me. But that was probably one of the biggest death moments and dark night of the soul moments that I had went through as a spiritualist. Two people who I literally thought I just could never live without both dropped like flies. You know what I'm saying? Not even on no pass away shit, but they was really snakes. You know what I'm saying? So it's really crazy that come at you fast. So your person wants to let you know, Pile 3, that they could definitely be going through a huge dark night of the soul moment right now. Okay? Where it's like everything that they thought they knew, everything that they loved, once loved, everything that they wanted and desired and felt fulfilled by in the world, uh, is all kind of being uprooted right now, to be tossed out to kind of make room for some new shit. All right. It takes a lot. It's a very triggering time. Everything triggers you. Every where you turn, everything you do, you know what I'm saying? Everything is a fucking trigger moment during that time, right? So they're really trying to stay strong. They're really trying to hold on to their sense of fulfillment and the things that fulfill them. But it's really, really hard. And again, if not a dark night of the soul, then they could just be going through a lot right now to acquire some different wisdom, different lessons and knowledge. And they're just trying to stay grounded during it all. Okay. Pretty light compared to the other messages that the other two guys got. Um, right now, what your person, what I'm channeling from your person, Pile 3, is that they could actually really be trying to stay strong to not have sex, is what I'm really picking up. There could have been some disappointment or maybe a third party situation. There could have already been a third party situation, family, friend. Maybe your person was already caught being sexual with someone else. But what I'm intuitively picking up is that some people, your person wants intimacy, especially if you guys are like separated or kind of going through like a weird moment, even if like if they're going through a dark night of the soul, or maybe you're going through a dark night of the soul and you kind of took a step away from them. I'm picking up a heavy energy of definitely third party situation, skin to skin with the love triangle. Unfinished business is here with the higher perspective. So this is giving me someone kind of wants to, yeah, keep getting it on, with Marvin Gaye playing. So I no wonder that song came on. Someone wants to kind of get it on. You know what I mean? They want some skin to skin. They want some affection. They want some vulnerability. Um, they could be trying to stay looking at the higher perspective, right? Because you guys are going through just like this disappointment phase. Your person also knows that you guys have unfinished business. Okay, they understand that you guys have unfinished business. Um, if you're the one who wants sex, you could maybe be trying to hold on to the higher perspective. If this is your person and you're the one watching, I feel like they could have just went through something disappointing, or you could have maybe hurt them, disappointed them. And even though they know they have unfinished business with you, they want some skin to skin. You know, they're really trying not to put anyone in between what you guys have, though, because it is unfinished business, and they fully understand that, that it's just unfinished business. But it's also giving me, yeah, strength to keep looking at the higher perspective, right? So again, if you're the one who caused maybe some strife and disappointment to your person, maybe you said something and did something, they're really trying to fight and stay strong on this higher perspective, of realizing that, again, some disappointments and heartache we have to go through, right? That's always the hardest part in romance. When you go through heartbreak and heartache and all of that shit, we get so upset, right, at the disappointment and at the bullshit, to where it's like, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna go deal with someone else, right? The way to get over someone else is to get under someone new. Right? A lot of people still kind of have that perception. But again, that owl is here, so that would account for that wisdom and that knowledge. Someone knows that that's not a good idea. Someone knows, right, that there's a higher perspective, that all of the hurt and the bullshit that you go through is for growth. right? I tell my clients all the time, you're not gonna be able to just go off the, you know what I'm saying, pick up a perfect love, right? Nah, but you have to really work with it. Just like the song says, what you won't do for love. You've tried everything, but you won't give up, right? Uh, in my world, uh, in my world, only you can make me do for love what I would not do, right? So this is getting out your comfort zone. This is that growing pains in love. This is that, wow, that really disappointed me, but through this disappointment is how I learn to love myself more. Is how I learn what real love is supposed to feel like, right? Someone understands that, but it's like it's hard to get over that disappointment. So I'm seeing like a definite a strength energy, right? If this is your person's energy, they want you to know that even though they are fighting these sexual urges to put a third party in your relationship, they're fighting very strong because they understand that you are their fulfillment and they want you, right? They see you as fulfillment. They see you as the person that they want, right? So it's like, even though I would love to have to go get a little skin to skin, you know what I'm saying, I know that me and this person isn't done. I know that me and this person isn't over, right? So I'm gonna work through my heartache. I'm gonna try to continue to just look at the higher perspective. I had to go through this disappointment for growth. I had to go through this disappointment to learn something, right? To get that wisdom, right? Knowledge. I had to go through this moment to really go through that dark night of the soul, to really work through these triggers, to really work through these pressure moments, to really push myself into being who I know I need to be and want to be, but to get that fulfillment, because I know that even though this person who hurt me or disappointed me is my wish fulfillment, I also know that putting someone in between our relationship is only going to fuck it up. I already know that we have unfinished business and that me and this person will be together again, right? Look at this black ass hand in between these white ones. You know what I mean? So there's obviously someone here that doesn't fucking belong here in this picture, right? This black ass pair of hands don't belong in between these pasty ass male white ones. Okay. But again, it's like, do I really want to add someone into my relationship? I know that me and this person aren't done, right? Even if this is you, right? This could be them, right? Where it's like, listen, I would love to go fuck my next door neighbor, but I know me and Jessica gonna be back together again. We always get back together again. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna do that this time. I'm gonna stay strong. I'm gonna fight these urges. It is looking like the bottom about to fall out. It done got real gray in the sky. um, if it get too dark, I'll put my flashlight on my phone. Hopefully the sun come back out somewhere. Um, okay, so but let's just keep going. So again, your card that you chose, it says you will find what you seek. It says, if you've ever found someone and been loved by someone amazing, awesome, fun, and fantastic, chances are astronomical you will again. If you haven't met such a person, chances are astronomical you will. It is really getting dark in here. Okay. Because it is so dark. Like we about to still tell spooky stories in this motherfucker. um, so yeah, that definitely even goes for people who haven't found your person yet. So like I was saying earlier, right? Um, even if you haven't found your person, this is someone who again is trying to fight their sexual urges. They've been disappointed a lot. They understand that love isn't done, but they're also realizing that they don't want to just be filling the void with sex, right? This is someone who's been disappointed a lot. And again, if you haven't met your person, your soulmate, your twin, this is definitely giving me the energy of like they're trying to stay strong to hold out for love, right? You might be dealing with someone who really kind of wants to give up in love. If you haven't, especially if you haven't met them yet. Tired of dealing with third party situations and not really being fulfilled, tired of heartache and disappointment, you know what I mean? To where it's like, well, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna just have sex, you know what I mean? I don't even want to be emotionally available anymore. I don't even, I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of being disappointed. I'm tired of, dealing with partners who already have people who already have unfinished business outside of me, and they just kind of deal with me, right? In between dealing with someone else. So I am picking that up extremely heavy as well. So if you haven't met your person, you will. You definitely will. They are ready to meet you. They are tired of the bullshit, and they're almost ready to give up on love just a little bit. And again, if you've already met this person, again, you have unfinished business. They also know that they have unfinished business with you, um, which is also kind of adding to, why they kind of want to keep their sex to themselves. You know what I mean? Because they know that they have unfinished business. Again, I love this person. They are fun, fantastic, great. They are everything that I wanted in a person, right? But just as, just like physical growing pains are a thing, romantic growing pains are a thing. You have to grow in love. You have to grow to know what these things are, how to go about these things, what to do and what not to do. You have to, right? Without it, how will you really learn how to operate in love? Right? Some of you, again, you could maybe you're the one seeking some skin to skin contact, right? And your person is telling you that, hey, even though, I know that I've disappointed you, and I know that I have done some fucked up shit, but we have unfinished business, right? So this could maybe even be a reverse channeling from your person to you, right? Where it's like, hey, please stay strong. I don't want you sexually dealing with anyone else. Don't put anyone else in our business, right? Don't put anyone else in between us. I understand that I've disappointed you. Yes, I know I've caused some heartache, but I'm coming back. I have unfinished business. I just need you to hold on to the higher perspective, right? You'll find what you seek. You're going to get sex again. I'm going to come pleasure you again. I'm going to come in and I'm going to fix things, and we're going to have that intimate skin to skin, right? But please don't put anyone else in our business, right? That could be maybe something that your person is channeling to you, where it's like, I'm trying to stay strong and hold hope to the higher perspective that you're not out here just giving my sex to anybody. Now, you, person watching, might feel away, right? Regardless of what your own personal individual situation look like. Maybe they stepped out first. Maybe they never stepped out, but then you stepped out, or maybe they stepped out and you was heartbroken, and now it's just like, okay, but I don't want you to step out even though I stepped out, which would be stupid. But sometimes it happen like that. Sometimes it be like that. You do have the Pisces card here. Nothing I don't know. What song is this? Bobby Caldwell. Never knew love before. Yeah, so this is someone who's still learning what love is. Yeah, going through growing pains. I never knew love before, but then you opened up the door. No, I never knew love before. Not until the day you found me, right? I never knew love before until the day you found me. What this card said: if you haven't found such a person, chances are astronomical you will. Right? So this is someone, again, like I said, if you haven't met them, this is someone who's still learning that, but they want to give up. But they've never been in real love, right? So they have to go through this triangle period of dealing with people who are already dealing with people, heartache, disappointment, right? People who just really want them for sex, right? And it's not really a real romantic thing, because this is what's molding them to teach them and show them what real love is. Okay, so you have Pisces, you have opposition here, you have Mercury, you have the moon, and then you have Scorpio. So yeah, if you haven't met this person is healing, and they're learning compassion for the journey, right? They're very dreamy. If you haven't met this person before, they're very dreamy. They self-pity themselves a lot as well. So that's something that they're learning to heal, right? This is something that they're also going to mirror back to you. So if you have issues with self-pitying, expect for them to be mirroring that back to you. But for right now, I am picking up on, if you haven't met this person yet, they self-pity themselves a lot because of what they go through. But what they aren't really realizing is that, this is something that they have to go through in order to really learn what love is. There's a higher perspective for the disappointment, right? For all of the bullshit that they go through. But it's like they kind of kick themselves to be like, well, damn, I keep going through this because of me, or because woe me, why me, oh boo hoo me. And it's like, well, people go through these things. People go through these things. right? So make sure that you are working on that within yourself as well, right? Because your person could be mirroring that within you. A lot of others of you, I am seeing escapist come out in Pisces. So a lot of what I am picking up here is that, you know, your person, especially if you've already been in dealings with them, they could mirror back to you in ways where you're a runner. This might be a runner pile, right? Um, and I feel like that ties into what I said earlier, right? If you've suddenly found and been loved by someone amazing, awesome, fun, and fantastic, chances are astronomical you will again, right? So this makes me feel like, regardless of even if you chicken out, right? If this is your person, your twin, your soulmate, and you chicken out and you decide to leave, you will run into these issues again. That just scared me. Did y'all see me jump a little bit? Oh gosh, why are you revving your engine? Why are you trying to act like you ready to race in this neighborhood and it's about to storm? I don't understand. Down south people are fucking crazy. Anyway, this person reflects your thoughts and your information back to you, right? This is someone who you might have telepathy with, so you guys could definitely be some twins, right? This could be my twin flame pile. Um, yeah, you guys share intuition. You guys share a bond. You guys share a connection, right? um this is emotionally, and this is giving me telepathy, right? The moon is about emotions, mercury is about communication, opposition is here, which is a card of mirroring. So definitely to my twins here, okay, you guys could definitely be mirroring, okay. So even if you are feeling sexual and this isn't your energy, if you've been feeling pretty sexual lately, person watching, it could be because your person is kind of battling some sexual urges. You could maybe even be battling the sexual urges and they pick up on it. That's why I said this could also be a channel message from your person. Excuse me, as to like what they haven't told you, where it's like, listen, I feel you, you know, telepathically and energetically, I feel you wanting sex, I feel you trying to go find someone else, trying to go seek out someone else, right? And they don't want you to do that. This is what they're energetically, emotionally, and energetically through telepathy trying to tell you, right? Please do not put any third parties in between us for a little skin to skin. I know I've disappointed you. I understand. Please hold on to the higher perspective, because we do have unfinished business. You're seeking me. You want me. I know that. I'm coming. Right? But where that applies is like, they're lusty after you too, and they want you too, but they also understand that they have to really transform, right? This says obsessive, it says lustful, it says manipulation, it says passionate, transformative, and thorough on the Scorpio card, right? Intuitively, this is also my card of shedding dead skin. There are snakes here. Snakes do what? Shed the the outdated skin, right? So this is someone who's taking their time to go through um their own shit, right? This is someone who probably had to escape, right? Because I did see escapist here with Pisces and Scorpio. Could be a Pisces or a Scorpio, could be a Pisces or a Scorpio, Mercury or Moon, right? Placement. But I am picking up, maybe they kind of dipped out on you, you know, or maybe they like ghosted, because again, this is someone, they have to get their shit together. They know that, right? They understand that regardless of how dreamy and shit that is, and how spiritual the connection is, that they have to fucking heal. They can't keep self-pitying themselves and bringing that into the connection, right? They have to heal that. They have to make sure that the connection is balanced, right, with the opposition card. So this is someone who could have maybe dipped out to work on themselves, and like I said, they could be trying to tell you what they aren't verbally saying is like, hey, I know I dipped out, I know I gotta heal, I'm tired of self-pitying myself, so I need to take this time for me, right? Yeah, love is stronger than pride is playing right now. So yeah, this is someone who didn't dip out because of their pride. They didn't dip out because of bullshit. This is someone who left to get themselves together. You know, love is stronger than pride. I still really, really love you, right? I won't sit here and act like I won't pretend I won't pretend that I intend to stop living. I won't pretend that um I'm good at forgiving, right? I won't pretend that I'm good at forgiving you. I won't pretend that I'm good at, you know, moving on. I'm not going to sit here and act like my life stops, because my life doesn't stop just because you left. But my love for you is stronger than my pride, right? And that could also be, you know, the higher perspective. For if this isn't you, maybe this is someone you did wrong. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, listen, even though you disappointed me, and even though I want to shit on you, and I want to kind of get in my pride bag, right? And pop my shit on you. Oops. I always forget that this is right here. Even though I want to get in my pride bag and pop my shit on you, right? And really show you that I'm really that girl and really put it in your face, I still love you. And my love for you is so much stronger than my pride, right? So I'm holding on to that strength. I'm holding on to that strength because I still see this as fulfillment. Some of you, I mean, some of them are definitely telling you that even though that they put you in a third party situation, that they still have unfinished business for you, and that they're trying to really grow up and look at the bigger picture. You know, this is someone who, again, is mirroring your thoughts and your emotions. Okay, so make sure you keep that in mind too. Okay, what your person wants to tell you is that they mirror you, they feel your thoughts, they feel your emotions. You know, what they also are telling you is that they obsess over the fact that you are dealing with someone else because they don't want you to, right? You will find what you seek. They are obsessing over that. So they already know, if you want some sex, if you want a new person, if you just want a fuck buddy, fuck friends with benefits, they know that you're going to find what it is that you want. You're beautiful, handsome, smart, whatever, nurturing, caring. They know that. They know, especially if you're a feminine energy, that again, you radiate that feminine energy. Masculine energies would love to take you to bed. Would love to. I also feel like they're reflecting um, a lot of what's going on. They're also trying to manifest you. I'm picking that up too. This is strong twin flame energy here. They're trying to manifest you, but they're healing right now. For the masculine energies, they're tired of self-pitying themselves. They understand that this is a spiritual connection, and again, they had to dip out in order to really work on themselves. But what they're also saying is they're manifesting you, right? What they also want you to know is that you manifest your thoughts and your emotions. And this is definitely a divine masculine, divine feminine power, especially for some divine masculines who know a little bit about the journey, because I am picking that up very heavy. What they want you to know is what you believe and feel, you literally will manifest. Be careful with that. Okay, so if you are trying to manifest sex, they know that. Okay, um, they feel that connection with you. They feel you kind of wanting to step out of the unfinished business you two have together. They also, especially for the divine masculines who know about this, I'm picking up, they want you to start making a conscious effort to manifest things between you guys again. Now again, it depends on your situation, right? If you mad at your person and you like fuck them, then you know, maybe don't. Um, but again, they are trying to transform, and they want your help. For the masculines that are trying to transform and they're going through the dark night of the soul right now, they can feel you wanting to pick up sex or wanting to go for sex. They want you to start making a conscious effort to manifest and help them get done with this. They need your help almost. It feels like needing your help. But see, you, person watching, might be wrapped up in the disappointment and the heartache, right? Wrapped up in the upset of it all. And they're wrapped up in the unfinished business of it all. They're learning though, and they're trying to become more self-aware. They're trying to balance out their thoughts and their communication with their emotion. They're trying to find a balance between expressing their emotions and becoming more disciplined, because they have a lot of conflict with expressing their emotions to you, and they're trying to do that as well. You might see them as secretive or feel like they're secretive, and it's not exactly that they're trying to be secretive. It's just that they have a very intense energy. They feel very deeply, and they might come off manipulative, mysterious, or secretive, but the reality of it is they just simply have issues doing it. Like, this is a test that they're going through. You know what I'm saying? This is the discipline that they're going through, to get them to speak out about what they feel, right? And they understand that they have to do that. They understand that that takes strength, right? So that takes a dark night of the soul type of energy. So they want you, especially divine feminines watching this, they want you to help them overcome this. They want you to make a conscious effort to manifest and help manifest with your emotions and with your thoughts and your words, to help them transform so they can come back to you and they can rectify this unfinished business energy. They see you as fulfillment. They want this as fulfillment. And again, if you haven't gotten there, you haven't met your person yet, and you haven't met them, make the conscious effort. This would be your time to, some of you I feel like need to make the conscious effort to manifest, right? With your emotions and with your words. Write them down, meditate, right? Others of you, again, you could definitely be dealing with a lot of self-pity right now, and until you really heal that and work on that, when they do come around you, they're going to mirror that back to you. They self-pity a lot, okay? They self-victimize a lot, and they kind of are super sensitive, okay, to a lot of things. This is your time to start healing that and to start transforming that within your own self, so when y'all do come back together, it'll be easier to go ahead and close that cycle out between the two of you guys, instead of having to just be triggered into doing the work yourselves. Okay, thank you again so much for checking me out. Again, if you wanted to book an actual reading, if anything resonated, you can. I am a full-time reader. I have spots open this week, and of course next week, and blah 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 blah. Turnaround times are 24 to 72 hours. And yeah, thank you again for visiting my channel and checking out my video. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out. Take care.